Today I'm going to talk about one of the lesser known consequences of having a conviction, because people already know the big ones, which is it makes travel more difficult, it makes it impossible to get certain jobs, it makes it impossible to clear certain checks like working with children's checks in some jurisdictions. But there's one that people don't really talk about, which is super important in the current climate. That is that a criminal record can and does in many cases make you ineligible or make it more difficult for you to obtain finance. So let's say a bank is looking into whether or not they should give you a loan for a home. Well, if there's a fraud type offense coming up on your record, that's like an automatic stamp of no, we don't want to, take a chance on this person. Similarly, if you've got a history of breaking the law, many financial institutions look at that as, well, we can't really trust this person. They're not a law-abiding citizen. How can we have any confidence they'll repay us? Now, that isn't to say that the finance company isn't going to look behind it and still make the decision to give you the money. But right now, in the tough financial climate we're in, generally speaking, they'll just use it as grounds to say no. And the inability to access finance makes it really difficult for people to get on the property ladder, for people to fund their own businesses, for people to do a lot of really important stuff that generally keeps life going. And that's why it's super important that when you're at risk of conviction, when you're dealing with the courts, you get proper legal advice, because it's these consequences that compound and make your life more and more difficult if you don't deal with them properly at the start. And often if you deal with things properly at the start, you get a far better outcome at the end. Follow me for more legal TikTok.